I quit my work in an IT company with no backup plan 1 year ago. Stable paid work, or a new social media life without understanding of success in the end. Today I want to tell you about my major struggles and how I keep coping with them every day. I felt ill at ease because I lost my stability. There were many times when I wanted to get back to my old life, have the stable 9-5 work, salary each month, understanding of my growth and future, but I promised myself to change that life and stick to the plan. I jumped into a new life to start over at 25 years old. That was a bit confusing to my brain because by that period of time I had achieved something and suddenly I quit, and that was like erasing everything I had achieved before. That felt like you've just graduated, you start searching new work, getting new experience, growing like a specialist, so I guess you know that feeling. And unfortunately, that's not like in a game. You can't just replay that level. It's been a few years, you're older, and that feels like you lost or wasted some years of your life. I had the same deal as Joey did.
Why, God, why? We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
But unfortunately that didn't work out to me too. I had plenty of thoughts that I could waste my earned experience at work as a marketing specialist, and that would be much harder to find new work in future, and in case my plan of growing on social media doesn't work out, what would I do then? So the tip number one, don't count years. It's not about getting something by the specific period of your life, only if it's not your life goal actually. Try to appreciate your experience because you don't know what is waiting for you in the future, and maybe all of that experience you are getting right now would be very useful for you in the future. For example, I've started growing like a social media creator or YouTube creator, I don't know, I still don't know. Maybe this experience of growing a new channel, editing and recording videos will help me in the future for my new work, if I will ever have one. And tip number 3, respect your decisions. If you decided to quit, that means that for that period of time you really needed that. You felt something that required you quitting. So just respect your decisions and remind yourself about those feelings inside that you had and that motivated you to quit. The feeling of changes isn't comfortable, that's true, and I get that's how exactly things work. The second my struggle was social life. Since I live abroad now, my friends and family are at home. I communicated with many different people every day working at my company. My social life have become very boring. And that's truly hard to deal with. I haven't made friends here yet, but I found other ways that I want to share with you. First of all, try to talk into your loved ones as often as you need. Even if you've already talked today, you can call again just for 2 minutes just to share tiny news, or you're just feeling a bit sad. That's okay, and I'm sure your loved ones, your family and friends would support you. I personally started having video calls with my 2 besties, and that really reminds us our offline meetings. The second thing is hobby. I dance and I do pole dance, so I visit 2 different studios, and that's really a game-changing hack. The dance in itself helps get an incredible variety of emotions. You feel happier, you learn new things, you achieve new skills every day. Each new class can make new connections there. For example, in my studio, each 3-4 weeks we're having a shooting day, and we're like having makeup, new clothes, you support each other. And also that reminds me of times when I was a bit younger and I had competitions with my friends. It's impossible to feel lonely those days. Just try to find something that would be offline, like a new hobby if you don't have it. That would be just anything, TRX, yoga, Pilates, board games, whatever you like. Now let's talk about money. That was the third struggle, and that is my third struggle still. Almost every day, because I was independent and I had my salary, and that was like an endless loop because you have your money to cheer you up, to support your social life, to pay for all these hobbies, and suddenly you don't have this money. So I had some savings, but they were just for the first time, and that wasn't enough to live the whole year without money abroad and support the same level of life, have different hobbies, dancing, and pay for all those things. That's why from time to time I checked new positions on LinkedIn. I even had several interviews. I was so messed up. I wanted to get back. I wanted to find a new work. I couldn't just admit that part that now I'm financially not independent and my level of life a bit decreased. So the things that helped me to stick to the plan were giving myself more time, keeping in mind how unhappy I was when I had that stable work and lots of money. The hope that I can become a full-time creator and finally live the dream life. Now I still don't have a backup plan. I'm just doing what I do right now. Either things work out for me or I'll get back working in an IT company. At least I'll be sure that I did my best, I tried changing my life. But honestly, I don't think I would ever give up on YouTube because that has become a part of my life, like a new hobby for me. And I can't just end it without any reason.